Hi everyone, all fine? Okay. Hope you all understand all the previous topics we discussed in the electrostatics lesson. Yes? Yes, if you have any doubt, you WhatsApp us, we will explain you. Okay. So last class we discussed what is electric field due to a point charge. Is it clear? Electric field due to a point charge we discussed. And then what is the concept of electric field? We have discussed various concepts. You have an idea about it. Remember the idea. Now, based on this, suppose if I have a number of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, etc. like that, I have a number of charges. I have a point. So, what is the total electric field because of these charges? Yes, again we have to go for superposition principle. Yes. So, again we need help of superposition principle. Superposition. See here, the electric field due to a system of point charges. We have more number of point charges. So due to a system of point charges. For example, consider this is a point. This is a point P. You see here, we have a Q1 charge. Is it? We have a Q1 charge. Next, let the Q1 charge be a distance R1P from the point. Okay, keep in mind. Consider next Q2 charge, another Q2 charge we have. So let it be the distance of R2P from P. R2P is the distance. Next go for Q3 charge. Q3 is another charge. Take the distance as R3P to the point P. Okay, like that we have any number of charges. So like for example, we have taken Q1, Q2, Q3 charges. 3 charges we have taken. Is it? In 3 charges, the distances we have taken as R1P, R2P, R3P. Now what's our aim? You have to calculate? Yes, the electric field. Where you have to calculate the electric field? Where? Yes. At this point P. Good. At this point P, you have to calculate the electric field. Because of which charges? Because of the charges Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. Let us find first because of Q1. See here. This is the Q1. This is the Q1 charge. Is it? Okay, this is the Q1 charge. This Q1 charge has created the electric field. Let us take this as okay E1P. This is E vector 1P. So Q1, okay, created the electric field E vector 1P. We keep in one thing in mind. You see here, Q1 is nearer to point P. What about the electric field? The electric field will be very large. See, I have drawn in dotted lines. The electric field is very large since it is very closer to the point P. Okay, so because of Q1, the electric field is E1P. Keep in mind. Okay. Similarly for Q2, go for Q2. Q2 is, I have written Q2 some more distance from the P. Okay. So now because of this, what is the electric field created at the point P? See here, this line we have got small dotted lines. Up to this around I have drawn. So that means the electric field is lesser. As I already told that if the charge is far away, the electric field is lesser. So charge is far away, the electric field is lesser. Is it? Okay. I hope you understand. Similarly for Q3. Q3 is the charge. See, find out the electric field. Dotted line are drawn. No. This is the E vector 3P. Is the electric field due to Q2. Okay. Now I want total. So I told that you apply the superposition principle. So what is the superposition principle? Remember it? Yes. It is the principle in which, okay, we are a vector sum of all the electric field. How many electric field are there? E vector 1P, E vector 2P, E vector 3P. So you add all the vector sum of the electric field. So why this electric field is created? Because of charges Q1, Q2, Q3. So we can write that the total electric field due to a system of point charges. Let us take it as E vector total. The total electric field due to a system of point charges is equal to the electric field due to the each charge E vector 1. Here we have E vector 1p, E vector 2p, E vector 3p, like etc. I can write etc. plus up to I can write as E vector n charges you have np. So according to super principle written like this, is it? Now we go for a formula. What is electric field due to a point charge formula? I told you it is a mother formula. It is a concept one. Okay, we will ask in problem. So understand the concept I told. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Is it? Yes. So in all the cases you have 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Take note commonly. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Take note commonly. First case you have what is the charge? Q1. So Q1. What is the distance? R1p. So R square 1p. We are written in vector now. So introduce a unit vector. R cap 1p. Okay. Plus similarly, what is next charge? Q2. Q2 R square 2p. R cap 2p plus Q3 R square 3p R cap 3p plus as etc. plus I can write it as Qn, nth charge Qn R square np R cap np. Hope you are understand. Yes, I hope you understand. So for that, for this, what is the formula, basic formula applied? Yes, we applied. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. If it is vector form, E vector, here you get r cap. This is the mother formula you applied for this. Yes. Shall I write? Now you can modify. Shall I write in general? In general form, I can write it as E vector. I can modify it, simplify this. E vector total is equal to, I can write it as, okay, summation, I can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common. Okay, 1 by 4 pi is common. I can write as summation of I is equal to 1 up to n. I can write I equal to 1 to n. Yes. Next I can write as Qi, ith charge. R square IP. R square IP, R cap IP. So this is the general format. General format, this is also. Next, you see here. Now I got total now. So I can write it as E vector for these three charges. I can write E vector total is equal to E vector 1p, E vector 2p plus E vector 3p. This is clear, students. We applied superposition principle. Now you got one idea from that textbook, that is state board, students. One word is given. You see here, the electric field, the length of the electric field is greater. See here, the length of the electric field is greater. When it is greater, if the charges are closer. Okay, so the electric field length depends on the charge. Okay, so this is the electric field due to a system of point charges. Just to make a note on it. Yes, I think you are clear about electric field due to a system of charges. Is it? System of point charges. Remember heading, system of point charges. Now, if I take a sphere or if I take any surface, in the surface more charges are distributed. Okay, Q1, Q2, more number of charges are distributed. If you take a surface or plane or infinite wire element. So in that we are unable to find out the point charge. What is the point charge? We are unable to find out. So if we are unable to find out the point charge, then how will you calculate the electric field? This is the question arises. Is it or not? For that, if an object is having more number of charges, unable to calculate the point charge, for that we need the help of the integration method. That is method of calculus. See here, this is electric field due to continuous charge distribution. It is not a point charge. Continuously charge will be distributed. You are unable to find out the charge. I told that yes, for that we need the method of calculus. So find that we have del Q1, del Q2, del Q3, like that many charges we have. So del Q1, del Q2, del Q3 up to del Qn charges. So electric field E vector is equal to same formula. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught del Q1 by R square 1p R cap 1p plus del Q2 by R square 2p R cap 2p plus etc. up to n. Okay, this is for a more number of, not for a point charge, more number of charges. Okay, now we can write in a cut short form summation. So I can write a summation of I is equal to 1 up to n, so that I get this expression. Now I told that let us take this del q as dq. I am going to take del q. Del q is a dq. dq is an infinitesimal charge, infinitesimal small charge for this. I can write the expression. I told you apply the integration method. I can write this. E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration dq by r square r cap. Previously we have written q by r square where in point charges. But in this overall charge distribution we have taken this charge as dq. dq is the infinitesimal charge. Now this becomes the mother equation for the continuous charge distribution. Okay. You may ask one question. What happens if you have a conductor having linear like that? You can ask, if I have a conductor like this, if I have an object like this is a linear one, straight one. The charges are uniformly distributed. Is it uniformly distributed? Now I have to calculate the electric field. Okay. So this is assume that this is the point P. Okay, R is the distance, center point, let's take it as the point P distance is the R. Now, when you consider the object as a straight one, like this linear one, it is called as, here we have to use one term that is called linear charge density. Linear charge density. What is linear charge density? It is the charge per unit length. What is it? Charge per unit length. So usually linear charge density we will represent it by lambda. Lambda is we will represent. What I told you, what is linear charge density? It is the charge. In general, let us take the Q charge. Charge. What is the length? Charge per unit length. I told per unit. Per unit means it comes in denominator. Yes. Okay, charge per unit length. Let us take the conductor is having the length as L. So I take as L. This is general. I told you. Now you apply for our infinitesimal charge. So then what is Q? So let us find out the unit for linear charge density. Unit, charge unit is coulomb. What is the unit of length? Yes, meter. So meter goes this. I can write cm power minus 1. So the unit of linear charge density is coulomb meter power minus 1. It can be asked in one mark question. Okay. Understand the concept clearly. Okay. Lambda is equal to Q by L. So I told infinitesimal charge. But then what is Q? I can write Q is equal to lambda. If I tell infinitesimal charge, if it's small, very infinitesimal charge. Infinitesimal charge we will represent the textbook by dq. Okay, dq is equal to lambda. Then we take the length as dl, small length for that charge. Okay, so hereafter I can write dq is equal to. So let us take this equation number as 1. For example, let us take as equation number 2. So now you see here, instead of dq I can write that value lambda dl. So I got the expression for electric field when an object is linear. Yes, see here. Now take this expression. E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration. Okay, integration of dq instead of dk I am going to write lambda dl. Okay, r square is same distance we have here. R square, here it is r cap. So what are the constant taken? If you want to take a constant, lambda is constant. Okay, and if you want you can take out isotopic capacities, no problem. Okay, if one constant you take it. This is the first expression we got. Lambda E vector is 1 by 4 plus 1 integration lambda dl r square r cap. This is for linear. Now what about surface? Just to make a note. I told surface charge density. Surface. For a surface, if any surface, consider a surface. This is one surface. This is a surface. You have here more number of charges. More number of charges. Now how you will calculate the electric field? So again you need help of integration method. That is I told that calculus integration calculation method. So this is a surface. So we got as its density we got as surface charge density. There we got as linear charge density. Here surface charge density. So linear charge density represented by lambda. Surface charge density represented by sigma. This is the symbol sigma. So sigma is equal to charge. Again charge per unit area. So let us derive the unit. What is the unit of charge? Coulomb. What is the unit of area? Meter square. Meter square that may come up. Numerator means coulomb meter power minus 2. So this is the unit for surface charge. So surface charge is nothing but is the charge per unit area. It's called surface. Now we have to find out the electric field. So for electric field, this is let us find out. Then what is Q? Q is equal to sigma E. Go for infinitesimal charge. dq is your infinitesimal charge. dq is equal to sigma. Take the infinitesimal area. Sigma dA. Let's take small a or capital A. Okay. The sigma dA. Now go for a basic formula also. Basic formula E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of q by r square. Instead of q I am going to write here dq. dq by r square. R cap is there. Now instead of this dq I am going to write sigma dA. Therefore E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of instead of dq I am going to write sigma dA by r square r cap. Still if you want to take common out constant, okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma you can take common out by r square also you can take it out. You can write integration of dA r cap, or you can write it. So this is the electric field due to a surface. Next, suppose if you consider volume. Suppose now I got volume now. Now consider the volume. You consider. Now this is the volume. Here we have charges. Charges are Q charge is distributed uniformly. It's not a point charge. Q uniformly distributed. Okay. Now this is called as. We can use volume density. That is. We can write as density rho. What is again density? Volume density and rho is equal to charge. Charge per unit volume. That is for volume. Volume charge. Volume is rho is equal to Q by D. Now go for what is the unit here? What is the unit of charge? Q. Q unit is coulomb. Volume is meter. So unit of volume charge density rho is equal to centimeter coulomb meter power minus 3. Now again I come to the equation, that is we can write, then what is Q? Then Q is equal to rho V. Okay, then what is infinitesimal charge? dq is equal to rho dV for infinitesimal. Now apply for the go to other equation, already you are thorough with the other equation now. E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, integration. Instead of Q by r square, instead of Q I am going to write dq. dq by r square is r cap. So now I am going to remove this dq. I am going to write this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of instead of dq I can write rho dv by r square r cap. quantity constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon r rho integration of dv. Okay, integration of dv by r square r capital right. So this is the method how to find out the continuous charge distribution if it is not a point charge. Hope you all understand. So in the concept in this video we discuss just electric field due to a system of point charges, one concept. Another concept is electric field due to continuous charge distribution. In the continuous charge distribution we have discussed two things or three things. One is our linear charge density if it is a linear, and then it is a surface charge density, and then it is volume. Hope you understand. Okay, thank you. We will see you next video.